So I have grown up in church since I was little. I always kind of knew that, like, who God was. I knew that He was this, like, amazing God, creator, but I didn't really understand following Him. I knew He was there, but, like, I didn't understand the commitment. And so I was baptized when I was about 7 because I was afraid of hell. I was afraid of just what would happen if I didn't say I was a Christian. And so I went ahead and got baptized. After that, it was pretty good. Like, I felt like I was living the way I needed to until about high school. And I just started hanging out with the wrong crowd, just all of that. But then quarantine came around, and I was no longer around that crowd. I wasn't around anybody. And so in my free time, I would have to find things to do. And because my mom had a set screen time for us, I ended up reading my Bible. And so I started in Matthew, and within a few months I'd finished the New Testament. And through that I started praying every night. God was constantly on my mind, and just like the center of everything. Like, if I wanted a relationship, if that person wasn't willing to, like, pursue God with me, it wasn't going to be an option. And then I started college, and once again I fell into a wrong crowd, just doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. And that continued until pretty recently. I knew I was a Christian. I knew all these things I was supposed to be doing, but I wasn't pursuing it. And a year ago I did want to get rebaptized, but then I just fell off, and I was like, God doesn't want me to get baptized. I'm not ready. And then I was driving March 31st on Rodney Parham, and I was hit by the tornado that went through West Little Rock. Hit my car. A huge sheet of metal the size of my body flew in my back seat. I was like, a power line above me snapped, like right above my head, and then like I ended up not being able to move from in front of this like line of trees, and I just stayed where I was. I pulled my coat over my head and just immediately started praying. I was on the phone with my boyfriend when it happened, and it was the scariest thing I ever went through. And it just kind of, like, after being delivered from that, I no longer felt like, oh, I can wait, like, because you can't, like. And so that was the moment that I was like, I'm going all in. God did this because He wants my attention. And He got my attention, and since then, like, I felt a new fire, and it's kind of like coming back from back whenever I was in quarantine. The same, like, I want to read my Bible, I want to be praying, God's on my mind all the time now. And so I decided that I did want to get baptized. Again, even though I was waiting to do it. And so I just felt like God was calling me to come back and just kind of use that baptism as a way to say I'm done with the things I was doing and the things that were completely, like, dictating my life and everything. And so that's why I got baptized, and it was really great. I think it did open my eyes, and it did, even though it's just water, and but it showed me that there's no more just, doing it for whatever, like being a Christian, just to, do whatever. It was about going completely in. And like, even if I mess up, even if things happen, that I know where I stand now. And so, like, falling is okay, well, but I can always just get back up and then keep going.